Good morning. It's Amy Bennett with the AM Show. I am a little bit later than I normally am, so hopefully folks can still join live. I am back in my office, guys. It is 35 degrees outside, so we are officially in fall, and I tried to step out to see if I could do this outside, and I just can't do it outside anymore. So here we are back in my office. The kids do not have school today. They are on a type of fall break. They were supposed to be out on Friday, but because of the hurricanes, we lost one of our days on Friday. So there's a couple things too that I wanted to update you, that I told you that I would update you on. Is number one, my labs came back. For those that are interested, my thyroid is perfect. I'm so glad. Best numbers that I've had, like, in my entire life. Whenever they've checked, it's like perfect. For those that know, my TSH is a 1. It's going great. My vitamin D and my iron are still low, so that explains some of my lack of energy, so we're still working on those. And also, we think we're gonna get an offer on our van today, which is really exciting. They came Saturday to look at it, and we're expecting an offer today, so it looks like that might be underway. Okay, so this morning, I'm just gonna straight talk to parents, because, and this is not from a place that I have any idea what I'm doing. I want to talk to those parents that have kids at home still, and you guys are still, we are still in the process of growing up some kids that are still at home. And man, there's nothing like major going on at our house, but I'm just telling you, 3 teenagers at home, it can wear you down. It can wear you down. So there's nothing major that's going on, but it's just like the day in and day out of repeating yourself over and over and over again. Does anybody have to repeat themselves with their kids? You know, I thought we were kind of over that stage in toddlerhood, but apparently teenagerhood, you have to repeat yourself over and over again. So that's where we are, and it's just like, you just get worn down, and you're just like, God, like, this is tiresome, and you know, you want to give up. You don't want to give up, but it's, yes, thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie says, mine are deaf, it seems. That's like, literally, you say something and 2 minutes later, they do it again. I'm like, I just told you to stop. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating that over and over and over again stuff. And I was just being honest with the Lord this morning, like, this is just for the birds. It's hard. It's really hard. And I want to just share the verse that the Lord gave me this morning that encouraged me, and I hope it encourages us that are in the midst of raising kids. And for those of you that don't have kids in the home, please encourage us younger moms that it's worth it. This is what he brought to mind, and it's from Hebrews 12, and let me just read it. There's a whole section, but I'm going to start at Hebrews 12:11. It says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful, y'all, painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. And so often I have read this verse in the context of God disciplining me, where I felt like there was a season where God was really disciplining me, and not in a punishment sort of way. I like that. That's one big thing that has changed as I read scriptures. When I see discipline, I don't see it as punishment. I see it as training. So if you use that word training instead of in punishment, when you see discipline, think of training, not punishment. So I've always thought about that when I could tell when God was, really training me in a certain area, that I would be encouraged, because it's like, God, you're doing something good in my life that does not feel good right now, but I know that you were doing something good. But this is what he did this morning, and he flipped that, and he gave me perspective as a parent, and to say that no discipline seems pleasant at the time, meaning as the discipliner, discipline still is not pleasant at the time, but it's painful. So he just encouraged me today that not only is it not pleasant for the person getting disciplined, but it is not pleasant for the person who is giving the discipline. That it is a season as a discipliner, trainer, that it's not pleasant it's painful. Actually said it's painful. And I was just so encouraged, and he just encouraged me with those words to say, if later on, it says later on, you're not going to see it now, but later on, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. And I was just encouraged, just to persevere and to keep going. And even though it's not pleasant for you as the discipliner, it's not pleasant for the kids as the person being disciplined, that if we continue, we will reap a harvest. It's like whatever, the whole idea in God's kingdom is whatever we sow, and this is just the world, like whatever we sow is what we reap. And so if we're going to sow all kind of good stuff into our kids, like if we're going to sow respect into our kids, and sow peace, and sow forgiveness, and sow patience, and sow these principles into our kids, we will reap a harvest. And so I was just encouraged by that it's normal. It's totally normal what we feel as parents, where it's hard. It's not just hard for the kids who are being disciplined, but it's hard for those that are giving the discipline, and it's a painful season, but it is worth it to persevere and to keep going. So, I am not on the other side. I'm right in the middle of it, but God is encouraging me right in the middle of it, and I can just pass that little bit of encouragement that I have on, is that that we can keep going, and that it is worth it, that what we sow, we will reap. Sherry, I must not get it. He keeps giving me more. So Sherry has adult children, and then she also fosters kids, which including my own. So, yeah, she keeps getting to do this. Sherry, you must be a pretty patient person by now. Anyway, so, yeah. What else is going on? So today is going to be an exciting day. Hopefully we'll get an offer on our van. I'm still working. I'm still working today, even though the kids are off. And yeah, I'm just going to be home. I do have an interview today for Feathers. Actually, right here, the gal, Shannon Knoll, that has illustrated faith with Dayspring cards. So you see it says illustrated faith there. She's the gal who does like all the like Bible journaling stuff. I have some of her products here. There's a gal behind all of that, and that is who I'm talking to. So it's gonna be really exciting. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off here because I got a little bit of a late start. I need to get going on all my stuff. So you guys have a wonderful Monday, and keep going. Keep going. We can do this. Bye.